phenomenal geek, anime mistress of the dork, Dave with a unique perspective. You can join the show on the website at geekworldradio.com. Begin.
Hey guys, you are listening to Geek World. We are your superhero superhosts, anime mistress of the dork, and the man who never stops talking, Dave! Don't forget, if you want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email to geekworldradio@gmail.com, or you can leave us a comment on our website, geekworldradio.com, or you can just check out our website, geekworldradio.com, because there's cool stuff there.
Yeah, we revamped it this year, and we got some really cool stuff. We're updating quite a bit. We're also updating quite a bit on our YouTube channel, Geek World Radio. That's our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
There we go.
Go to YouTube, look for Geek World Radio. That's
you
us.
find it. That's us. So, it's Comic-Con week.
It is.
Now, obviously, the world is messed up right now. There can't be normal Comic-Con, which makes us really sad because we've been doing Comic-Con since, 2007?
Yep.
We've been doing Comic-Con forever. This is the first year we've missed Comic-Con in over a decade. And I don't want to make you sad about it. But, you know what? Comic-Con, they figured out a way to do it. They're doing a bunch of virtual panels this year.
Yeah.
And so it's all starting this Thursday. And honestly, it's really cool that they're doing it. They're keeping it alive. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
And basically, you can find all of these panels on the Comic-Con, the official Comic-Con YouTube channel. So you can either watch them live or you can watch them afterwards. But this show is really just going to be about which panels we think are interesting. That you might want to check out. And also,
so you can participate in Comic-Con at home.
Yeah, you can do it. I mean, the good news is Comic-Con at home is less crowded.
Right.
Probably. Less smelly people. Probably.
I mean, it's been quarantined for a while, so I feel like a lot of people are not staying clean.
Probably hanging around people you mostly like, but less cosplay.
Well, you can do all the cosplay you want.
Yeah.
I am currently wearing a cape.
You are currently wearing the cape. I appreciate that. I think you look great.
Thank you.
Frankly, you are bringing it this episode.
I am in denial about Comic-Con.
I can tell. Well, let's just keep the ball rolling, and you can just live out your Comic-Con dreams on this episode. Living out your dreams. All right, first up. This one's really exciting. On Thursday at 10 a.m., these are all going to be Pacific Standard Time. Thursday at 10 a.m. is going to be the Star Trek Universe panel.
That's for the game, right?
No, that's for
the entire universe of Star Trek?
Yeah, it's for all the shows. Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Lower Decks, and Star Trek Picard.
Nice.
So it's going to have the teams and casts for all of the different shows, so that should be pretty epic.
I'm looking forward to Lower Decks.
Yeah, me too. It's crazy because we have CBS All Access and we've been watching Picard, but honestly, we've been slow burning the episodes.
Yeah.
We have not. We're still kind of early into it, so I think I just don't want it to end. But we get this with video games sometimes.
At least we know there's a season 2.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
we have more bottles of Picard wine than episodes we've seen.
Yes, this is true. But we do have a lot of Picard wine.
Yes, we do. We went a little crazy. Listen, what are we going to do? Star Trek Next Generation was like the show that made us as kids.
It's true.
So what are we going to do,
We're going to drink wine.
We are going to drink wine. And they should have made, more stuff, though. I would have loved, Troy chocolates.
Oh my god, that would have been brilliant.
Or
Riker beard trimmers.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of Data Petco cat product.
Right?
I'm just saying.
I also all of the men's nightwear.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Oh my god.
Picard
that
nightwear.
Is necessary.
Yeah, and also obviously Picard's flutes. I mean, this is just a thing that they should have. I think it's gonna be cool though. I agree. I'm excited for Star Trek Lower Decks and just all the Star Trek is awesome. All right, so let's move on. We got a lot to talk about. The same day, Thursday, at the same time. I mean, the beauty of doing this virtually for the first time is you can pick and choose and then go back and on the YouTube channel and watch the one you missed.
Yeah. In the past, you would pick and choose, and it's like, oh no, this is all you get. And sometimes it was And I missed it because I had to wait in a long line and I didn't make it into the panel.
Exactly.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. But also, at the same time on Thursday is going to be the Crunchyroll Industry Panel.
Ooh.
Which I think is cool because, you know, we love anime.
Mm-hmm.
We love anime. We've, you know, we're OG early adapters of Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
And we've had it for years. And so, you know, this is really cool. I'm sure they'll be talking about the anime they have, some of the more original stuff they've been doing. And,
will it have any voice actors? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I did not do that much research into it, but I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Actually, I could probably give me a second. I could probably find out. I could search the web right now
and find out this information.
Wow, that I definitely should not have figured out already.
It's like we're living in the future.
Yeah,
but we're living right now.
But the link didn't work, so we're just gonna keep on going.
We're gonna keep on going.
All right. So Thursday at noon is going to be Truth Seekers. I know you're excited about that. Do you know what this is?
Is that the Nick Frost show?
Yeah, you're right. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, their company, is making a horror comedy called Truth Seekers. Yeah. It's about a group of online paranormal investigators. And apparently Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are going to be part of the panel.
I love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I love their style. I love their comedy.
Yeah.
Just anytime they get together, you know it's going to be good stuff. And Nick Frost is starring in this one, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, he's on all of the materials for it, so it would be a really crappy bait and switch if he wasn't.
No, I'm sure he is. Yeah, I mean, I like paranormal investigation, anything, like between comedies and you know, what's great about it is like they in themselves tend to be very comedic because they're so silly and over the top.
Yeah.
That I think you know, it should be fun. Also, we just saw a movie not too long ago about that kind of thing too, right? Followed. Yeah, that was also fun too. I like all that stuff. You know, I have a friend who's like so into Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Also, some of these I'm just gonna. This was not one of those, but some of these on the list are just to promote, like shamelessly promote stuff on our YouTube channel. Like, if you go to our YouTube channel, we have interviews with the Ghost Adventure guys from Comic-Con many years ago. But it was fun nonetheless. All right, so also on Thursday at 1 p.m. is a look inside Marvel's 616 on Disney Plus. So that is going to be a new documentary series that explores the intersections of storytelling, pop culture, and fandom within the Marvel universe.
You know, what's really interesting about things like that is that, you know, for those of us nerds, we get what Marvel 616 is. But for the general public and probably a lot of the people that have Disney Plus, they don't understand the multiverse of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of nice knowing that, like, people that don't know about that maybe have only watched the movies are going to get a little bit of an education.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how Disney Plus sort of forms the next generation of geeks out there because, you know, we always had comic books and we, you know, had like Saturday morning cartoons and stuff. But, you know, Disney Plus is a lot of people have gotten it. And they're coming out with some really great stuff and a lot of great stuff on the horizon. So it'll be really interesting to see, you know, what is developed. And I'm sure they'll be, you know, talking about other stuff other than just this. Also, Gillian Jacobs, which is directors Gillian Jacobs and Paul Scheer are among the panelists. So that makes sense. I've noticed Paul Scheer doing a lot of Marvel type stuff on like his Instagram and things like that. Yeah. So
didn't you mention that he's also in Lower Decks?
Yes, he is.
Paul Scheer.
Paul Scheer's amazing.
He's so funny. So it's always nice to hear when he's got new gigs coming up.
Well, Paul Scheer was going to be doing a Galaxy Quest show, and I don't know if that's still happening or not.
Yeah,
but, like,
I'm not sure where that is right now.
He's a super funny dude.
Yeah,
and you know, like, he's just great. I mean, you know, and you gotta assume like how this get made is like every industry person probably loves that show too. So. Next up is, I don't know much about this, but at 1 p.m. on Thursday is going to be a thing for Utopia, which is a new Amazon show which is basically about a group of comic book readers who figure out the events of a graphic novel are real and they can save the world. The Didn't
that happen to Hiro Nakamura in
Yeah,
Heroes?
well, that's all I could think about. I was like, that is like a subplot of the first season of Heroes, because Isaac, the artist guy who was doing heroin, was like making
the future,
a prophecy comic book. That was also really weird. Now I think about Heroes. Did he make that comic book? Because he was like, his entire like loft was like this crazy Soho artist loft with all these giant canvases. Yeah. But then he's like making a comic book?
Yeah, but that was, isn't that why Hiro and Ando went to go find him?
Yeah,
because
of course.
He was the comic book artist.
Gotta do it. Love that. That was a great show. Do you remember when we went to the Heroes panel? Season 2 Heroes panel way back in the day? Man, this is just all gonna be about memories like that. I still have that. Like, they gave like a little comic book out, and also this was how long ago this was. They gave out the special Comic-Con collectors DVD sleeve for season 1 when it comes out on DVD, so you could buy it and then put those discs into that sleeve. Yeah, because that was a thing they did. Yes. So that should be interesting. I don't know. Anyway, I just mentioned this because it's big, but I don't really care. But his Dark Materials is going to do a virtual panel for that HBO show, which we couldn't even watch past the pilot because we're like, what are they talking about? What is happening?
Yeah, that's one that is not inviting to a larger audience that doesn't understand the materials.
Yeah, it's tough. It's it's the hardest thing with taking a giant book franchise and making it into something that you get. It's actually really funny because I remember reading an interview with Kevin Feige and how a lot of the ways that he thought about making the MCU work was through watching the Harry Potter movies. Because even if you never read those books, you got what was happening.
For sure.
And he's right. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of things like his Dark Material, the same problem with David Lynch's Dune. If you didn't read that book, you'd be like, what is happening?
Yeah, well, and the best thing that you can do is be able to get people, into your characters without having to have a long, like, thing at the front where it's like a bunch of like written words or a voiceover where someone's trying to explain the world to you. It's like, no, you know what? Like, give me something that I can get without having to read a novel.
That's the thing. Yeah. And everything James McAvoy said in that pilot that wasn't him yelling at that little girl was like nonsense. Yeah. I was like, what is he saying? And I'm sure it's great. I know people who love this show, so I don't want to be mean, but it was definitely not one I could get into. I'm sure if I read him as a kid, though, I'd love him. I was just like, where is the polar bears? That's all I was waiting for, that whole pilot. I don't think we even got him then. But I think the stars of the show, Daphne Keane, Ruth Wilson, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, will be there. So check it out, his Dark Materials. Collider is doing a Directors on Directing panel with look at this crew. Robert Rodriguez, Colin Trevorrow, and Joseph Kosinski. Huh. What an interesting group, huh? So
we interviewed Joseph Kosinski, didn't we?
We did. Way back in the Tron Legacy. Yeah, way back in the day.
Is that on our YouTube channel?
It might be. Yeah, I don't know. Could be. It was a long time ago. I think
we should find some of these old interviews and get them up someday.
It is, but I don't know. I can't. That was like a long time ago.
Well, you should check through our YouTube channel and see if you can find it, and if not, watch other things.
But yeah, he made Tron Legacy, and he made that really cool Tom Cruise movie Oblivion. Yeah, so he's pretty dope. All right, well, so that's going to be at 2 p.m. Next up, also, well, no, not also at the same time. No, this is all, okay, the next ones are all at 2 p.m. on Thursday, so you're going to have to go back. But I just thought this was exciting. Horizon Zero Dawn comes to comics. Yeah. It's going to be a discussion of how they're adapting Horizon Zero Dawn into a comic book, which I think is dope, because I love that game so much, and I love Aloy so much, and I love the world so much, and I think like it could make a really cool comic book. I think a lot of it really is going to come down to art, right?
The episode 0 of it is sort of a free comic book day thing.
Nice.
Maybe we'll be able to get the writer of it on this show.
That would be cool.
Because we know the writer.
Yes, we do. Oh, well, look at us hobnobbing, rubbing elbows with the creators.
And the great thing about it is that it is someone that was a writer on the game.
Yeah.
And that, it's somebody that really understands the world and So yeah, that's a cool thing. I think like it's such an expansive world. I love that, and oh my god, I'm so excited for the second one.
Yeah, me too. I mean, this is like probably the last time I felt this way about a new IP was the first Uncharted game. I mean, for me personally, like I think Horizon Zero Dawn is worthy of switching to PlayStation. Just that game alone, even without, you know, Spider-Man and the Uncharted series and the Last of Us series. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn is so freaking great. And, you know, I think honestly, had it not come out the year as the same year as the last Zelda game, it would have been like Game of the Year for like every award show, because it was phenomenal. So good. All right, so next up at the same time, which is Thursday, July 23rd. I had to do this just because we have a personal fondness of this, but Shaman King.
Oh my god.
Then, now, and tomorrow.
If your spirit is strong, you will be the one.
I love that. Yes. I know what it takes to make it right. So good.
Oh my god, I have such fond memories of being younger and watching that and and that theme song and just Saturday morning cartoons when that was a thing.
It was so good. Such a great import, and Shaman King is dope. So Kodansha Comics experts Misaki Kito, Ben Applegate, and Ivan Salazar take an in-depth look at Hiroyuki Takai's supernatural battle manga masterpiece. So that's fun. And also at the same time, July 23rd, 2 p.m. is the Sci-Fi Channel's The Roast of Todd McFarlane. Yeah. So I just thought that was funny. Also, you know, they do these awesome, you know, I'm a toy guy. We both like figures. They do these awesome Batman black and whites, and we have a few. We have one of them. They're just putting one out for Todd McFarlane's Batman. Nice. It's so cool. And I want it so bad. And I'm like, damn you, quarantine and uncertain economy. I want this.
I gotta say, you know, last year there were not that many things at Comic-Con that we were super excited about. But this year they keep on bringing things out. And I'm like, I want this. I want this. I want that.
It's almost like they weren't predicting 2020 to be a dumpster fire of a year. But you're right. Like, there are a lot of things I want. I mean, I already showed you the main thing, like, we have to find a way to get, and that's Iron Studios, which is, you know, one of the people that make toys through Sideshow. They're doing a 1969 Joker Surfs Up toy of that amazing episode where Joker tried to become King of the Surf.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely went through a phase of, like, we were just watching 1966 Batman reruns on something, and that episode, all we kept saying after that was, Joker's got to become King of the Surf.
Listen, you know, first it's the Gotham Surf, and then the world. Yeah, I mean, I love that episode. I love Cesar Romero's Joker. You know, it's funny, as I get older, there's somehow Joker Romero's Joker. Joker Romero, yeah. Cesar Romero's Joker actually becomes more terrifying as you get older, because he's just this guy with a mustache, and it's like painted over, and he looks like they didn't make him extra scary, which somehow makes him more scary. Yeah. Because he just seems like a violent man. Like, you don't want to mess with this guy. And I love him.
It's true, and his schemes are just
crazy.
Like, yeah.
Well, that one he was
so unpredictable.
Didn't he like make a machine to turn Batman and Robin into surfboards? That was what he was gonna do. It was crazy. It's insane. But anyway, I need to find a way to get that figure. They also make a Batman from that episode too, but whatever.
I don't.
That's
need
not what matters. It's Joker,
King of the Surf.
King of the Surf Joker. Definitely his best diabolical plan of all time. So also, if you're fans of Amazon's The Boys, Thursday at 3, they're going to have a panel for The Boys Season 2. Nice. It's going to have the whole cast along with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. So we'll have to actually get on that, because we haven't watched The Boys. Mm-hmm. Apparently it's supposed to be pretty great.
All the like artwork and all the stuff they had up in Comic-Con in San Diego for it last year. I wanted to watch it so bad, and then we just didn't have time.
Hey, you know, there's a lot to watch. What are you going to do?
And then quarantine hit, and I thought I'd have time.
And then still
I didn't
have any time, I know. So next up, I don't have anything to say to this other than I'm quasi-interested. At 4 p.m. on Thursday is Action Figure Insider, 15 Years of Talking About Toys, featuring the general manager of product development of Nika, the creative director of DC Direct, the owner of Super 7, and the president of Funko.
Why 15 years? Is Talking About Toys a thing? Is it like a podcast or something?
Maybe.
Because what is 15 years of talking about toys? What does that mean?
Maybe they've always done this panel, and this is the first time I've noticed it.
Yeah, maybe.
I really have no idea. All I know is they're talking about toys. Honestly,
I like toys.
I saw Nika, and I really like them because they're like the higher brand version of Funko, where they make a lot of more esoteric toys, but they're like kind of nicer.
Yeah.
They have like I always go and take a ton of pictures at their booth every Comic-Con because they always have like all the different Gremlins from like Gremlins 1 and 2.
Okay.
Or like they do a bunch of stuff for like Aliens, and they do like the Alien versus Predator toys.
Right.
Like they have like Terminator. They just do a lot of like really cool movie tie-ins that are for like especially people like me who were like buying like the movie Maniacs that Mcfarlane Toys put out like back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Those level of nerds is who they cater to. This next one, I'm literally just saying to shamelessly promote our YouTube channel, Van Helsing Season 4. Comic-Con home panel discussion, July 23rd at 5 p.m. We were there for the red carpet, the first season of Van Helsing, and we got interviews with everybody from the cast, and you can go on our YouTube channel and check that out.
Yeah.
And you could see where it started.
It's true. That was one of those shows where I remember we decided we're going to watch like the pilot and stuff purely to make fun of it, and we watched it and we're like, oh, they took this in an actually interesting direction. Who would have expected this? And we were quite pleased with that first season.
For sure. What it is, it's pretty great. I mean, it's basically like a lady version of Supernatural.
Yeah.
Or like if they were like, let's make Buffy a little more like Supernatural.
Yeah.
But that's cool. And I think I got to the point where when that came on, I felt a little oversaturated by things like that.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do anymore. But good for them. Though I gotta be honest, I thought they were way further in than season 4. If you had asked me, I'd be like, I don't know, season 8 or something.
It feels like forever ago that we did that red carpet.
Yeah, and it's like the it's like when they talk about going light speed too, with that like bubble and like time is warping behind you. Mm-hmm. Like that's what quarantine feels like. Everything feels like it's so much further away.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
If someone's like, when was the last Comic-Con you guys went to? I'd be like, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
It was last year, but it feels like 4 years ago. Next up, Friday at... Oh, so now we're moving on to Friday. Friday at 10 a.m., Charlize Theron, Evolution of a Badass, an action hero career retrospective. Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. Good times.
She's done a lot of great action work recently in the last couple of years.
And Flux.
You know what? That movie was terrible, but she still made a badass action hero.
Hancock.
God, I forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, most of the time she wasn't doing much badass, but at the end.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Hell yeah, Furiosa.
Monster.
No.
Well, we had most of them. And also, of course, The Old Guard on Netflix, which I haven't watched yet, but I'm sure will be great.
But also, female John Wick.
Oh yeah, Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
Good call. I forgot. I always forget about Atomic Blonde. Apparently, they're thinking of making a sequel to that. I think for Netflix.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can John Wick be part of it?
I know.
Can they
well, that's
just
the thing.
Up? Like,
I
how
know.
amazing would that be?
That would be so great. Yeah. No, Atomic Blonde was really cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. And she's great. So I think that's awesome. All right. Let's see. What is this? What?
Also, Fast and Furious villain.
Oh, of course, for like the last 2 movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't she like kill Dom's baby or something? No, she didn't. She
killed Dom's baby mama.
Yeah, lame.
Spoiler alert.
I guess.
If you haven't seen it?
I guess. Sorry.
Whatever.
Who cares? I'm just gonna mention they're doing The Walking Dead and The Walking Dead World Beyond. on Friday from 1 to 3. And the World Beyond, that's for like Fear the Walking Dead, and apparently they're doing a third show in the universe.
Wow.
So that's to introduce that. I don't care. But in case you still watch that show,
or the other ones,
you think you can't beat a dead horse, but I guess if the horse comes back as a zombie, you can in fact beat it even more.
You can beat an undead horse, apparently.
Exactly. I also, even though this isn't as big as The Walking Dead, I love the fact that someone's doing a panel called The Psychology of Star Trek versus Star Wars. So that's a thing. That's going to be Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. I just feel like, what a waste of time.
Yeah.
The psychology of Star Trek, I think, is amazing because there's a lot that goes into it. The psychology of Star Wars is like,
Well, and I mean, is it real? Is it the psychology of the shows and the characters? Is it the psychology of the fans and the fandoms?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I mean, psychology wasn't even really that interesting in Star Wars until The Last Jedi, and that's kind of what everyone hated about it.
Yeah,
is it got a little too deep into like some more challenging psychological issues, especially with Kylo Ren. And nobody wanted that.
Yeah. Whereas Star Trek has always dealt with that stuff in a very mature fashion.
Always, yeah. I mean, especially
Star Wars has always been more about fun, whereas Star Trek has always been like about exploring the unknown.
Yeah, I mean, some of my greatest Star Trek memories have been about like psychological things, like especially that really great episode with Picard with the 5 lights, or the 3 lights or whatever it was. It was amazing. But anyway, I find it fun they're doing that. And I find it fun that everyone always has to compare Star Trek and Star Wars, even though everybody knows Star Trek is better.
I want to know about the psychology of Riker as he steps over chairs.
I know,
is it a power thing?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think he needed his own thing. He probably did it once, like just not thinking about it, and they're like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
Do that all the time. And he was like, really?
I just think it was the quickest, smoothest way for him to get into chairs.
Yeah.
Because he's so tall.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's just, you're right. I imagine him now like walking around and like kind of like slowly getting down on the chair. It's like stepping over it probably is the easiest way.
Yeah.
They're doing a Hellstrom show, Marvel and Hulu, based on that, I think, Son of Satan comic book, like way back from the 60s. So that's a thing about Damon and Anna Hellstrom. I don't know. I don't care, but it's a thing. Okay. So if you care, you can see that. That's going to be 3 to 4 p.m. on Friday. I think this is kind of interesting. There's going to be Remote Real Time, the Age of Virtual Production. So Halon Entertainment, those are the guys that do visual effects for like The Mandalorian, and they do a bunch of video game stuff. They're going to be doing a discussion about virtual production and the impact of COVID-19 and doing a remote workforce. So I think anybody in Hollywood might find this a really interesting panel.
That's exactly what I was going to say. This is how you know that Comic-Con is such a mix of fans and industry people, you know, because having a panel like this that is so focused on people in the industry or people looking to get into the industry, honestly, I think if you want to be a part of the entertainment industry, it's not a bad idea for you to check out this panel because it's going to give you insight into kind of how things are progressing right now and where certain opportunities are right now that normally in big Hollywood aren't. They're just not available. It's avenues that are open now that like normal people might be able to sort of find their way in with. So. Yeah,
and I also think it's interesting that I think they're going to be discussing also sort of how innovations in both movie making and video games are making the both things much closer together, which I think we talk about and I think is obviously I think we both envision a future where like everything's seamless. After a while, like TV and movies and video games and virtual experiences are all together.
I'm assuming there's going to be some good talk about how the Unreal Engine is just going to be such a huge part of production right now. So learn the Unreal Engine.
Well, you should. I mean, it's free. You can download it and start playing around with it. I mean, you only have to pay when you're going to publish a game, so well worth it. I think that's where we literally fell into Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That is literally the situation we're all living in, except the technology isn't quite as good.
Yeah.
So learn the Unreal
Where's my
Engine.
haptic suit?
Exactly.
And my like treadmill thing.
Pretty sure you can buy those.
Yeah.
I think they exist, but yeah.
But where's mine right now?
Amazon warehouse.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Bezos has it.
Gotcha.
Are you cool enough, dude, to get it from him? So we're just silly thing to say. Next up, 4 o'clock on Friday, Viz Media, the anime company and manga company, is doing a haunting conversation with Junji Ito.
That's amazing.
I think this is cool. You know, it can be really tough sometimes for these conventions to get somebody like a mangaka, you know, somebody from like Japan or another country to come in. And I think that's one of the neat things about doing one of these virtual ones. It's much easier. You know, Junji Ito is just like, if you don't know who he is kind of the premier horror mangaka in Japan. He's done things like Uzumaki.
Uzumaki, or a while ago we talked about Gyo, which is another one of his big ones. But yeah, Uzumaki's probably the most well known. Yeah, it's translated as Spirals. He's unreal. He's really, really amazing, and his work is just triumphant. And the
also
art is haunting.
It really is. Also, they put out a really cool anime series based on his work called the Junji Ito Collection. That's too, amazing. Which is really cool. So I'm pretty excited about that one. I actually might check that one out because the guy is he's a goat. Yeah. You know, he's amazing. Greatest of all time. Not an animal that stands on a cliff and eats garbage. I mean, he might be, but that'd be weird.
Wow.
I'm just gonna put this out there. Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. A Zoom with Joss Whedon. There you go.
You know.
There you go. You know, I realized the other day I had an email subscription to like WhedonCon, and I kept on getting, and I finally like last week was like unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this man not canceled?
You know, his legacy still lives on. It's like I still care about Buffy. Even if, I don't know.
Tough. We're having the hard-hitting conversations here.
But yeah, he's kind of canceled.
He's still. Like pretty canceled. Yeah. All right. So we are moving on to Saturday. Saturday at 10 a.m. Saturday 25th. First TMNT film 30-year anniversary.
Yes!
This is going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my God.
I don't know if anyone's going to be there from the movie, but I have very fond memories of that movie when I was a kid, and that movie still is awesome.
Yeah.
And why not celebrate it?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Go Ninja, go.
Now we're kind of getting to the stuff that I think is really exciting. So, 12 p.m. on Saturday, Constantine 15th anniversary reunion.
Oh my God.
Keanu Reeves is going to be there, along with director Francis Lawrence and Akiva Goldsman. You know, Constantine's one of those weird movies that didn't do crazy great when it came out, and if you were a fan of the Hellblazer series, you did not like Keanu.
Yeah, it was a bad Hellblazer Constantine movie, but actually not a bad supernatural movie. Like, it is actually an enjoyable movie, as long as you're not a fan of Constantine and Hellblazer.
Yeah, I read Hellblazer after I saw the movie many years later, and I read Hellblazer and I was like, oh, I get it. People must hate this movie if they saw this. But when I saw Constantine, I was like, I don't know, this is kind of cool. I don't know what the problem is. And obviously it's because they took all the big world good ideas of it. But also, there's some really cool performances, you know? Like, I think Peter Stormare is great as the devil. You know, Tilda Swinton is amazing as Gabriel the Angel. You know, Rachel Weisz, before she really blew up, was good as a detective. And you know what? I don't have to say this, especially in 2020, but everyone loves Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Even if he is doing just an okay Keanu performance, it's still amazing.
Yeah, you know what? They got like actual Constantine right in the TV show, the CW show.
Yeah.
You know, they did it right. But Constantine the movie is an enjoyable movie. If you've never seen it, it's worthwhile. But again, don't think of it as a Hellblazer Constantine movie.
I know.
Just think of it as an interesting supernatural movie.
Sure. Oh yeah, Jimon Hansu's also in it.
Yeah.
And another thing about it, I think is Shia LaBeouf's in it too.
Gavin Rossdale.
Yeah, pre-Transformers. Gavin Rossdale. No. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited about that, and I think a lot of people are expecting them to announce Keanu returning to that character for a new DC project. Whether or not that happens, who knows?
Yeah.
But there were rumors about that, so that could be cool. If they ever make a Justice League Dark movie. If they ever make movies again.
Yep.
Nobody knows. Guillermo del Toro and Scott Cooper are doing a panel for Antlers, which is a new horror movie Guillermo del Toro is producing. So that's kind of cool. That's going to be at 1 p.m. And now we come to probably the panel I am most excited for in the entire Comic-Con. Okay. Do you know what it is?
No.
At 3 p.m. on Saturday, we're going to double dose of Keanu Reeves.
Woo!
This time, it's Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yes!
Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, William Sadler,
yes,
and writers Ed Solomon and Chris Matheson, along with director Dean Parasot, are all going to be there, along with newcomers Samara Weaving and Bridget Lundy Payne, on a panel moderated by Kevin Smith.
Oh my god.
I mean, come on.
That's fantastic.
Finally, 2020, you did something right. I am excited for this.
I mean, too.
You know, I'm literally, we're both kind of at the perfect age to be excited about Bill and Ted.
Yes.
You know, when we were kids, Bill and Ted 1 and 2 came out. We loved those movies.
And you know, while certain aspects of them don't hold up,
yeah.
A lot of the movie does still hold up.
Yeah, I think in general they do. I think that you need to sort of, unfortunately, deal with the fact that, you know, at certain times when movies are made, there's certain things that are not okay, that were just normal back then.
Yeah, the homophobic responses in a lot of the movie, not okay.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt there will be anything like that happening in this movie.
Yeah, and you know, and also it's, you know, once again, you don't want to give anything a pass for the times, but it's kind of like when you watch all of these like comedies like from the 70s and 80s, and like sexual assault was like a joke.
Yeah.
Like many times.
What should happen is you watch it and go, oh, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
And you know, if nothing else, then maybe you just go, oh, wow, like maybe things have progressed a little bit, in a way. So there you go. But I love the Bill and Ted movies.
Yes.
And I'm really excited for this new one. And honestly, I kind of feel like this Bill and Ted movie is a really good, could be a really good thing to just kind of put out during COVID outside of theaters. You know,
a couple of years ago we got to see back to back the two movies in a theater with Alex Winter.
Yeah, and that was amazing.
That was fantastic. It was just so much fun, and the theater was packed, and everyone was just having such a great time. And I'm so excited for the new movie.
I just think if you put Bill and Ted out like VOD for like $40 a pop, like people would pay for it. I would pay for it. I would 100% see it.
We have a William Sadler death toy.
Yeah, we do. I think at last Comic-Con. No. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be definitely one of the cooler things there.
Absolutely.
And then other than that, Peacock, that I'm really only interested in for the Psych movie. They're also doing a series based on the Aldous Huxley book Brave New World. So they're going to have the cast there. That's going to be 3 p.m. on Saturday. There's an HBO show called Lovecraft Country. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm assuming it has to do with H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming.
It's probably something Lovecraftian.
Yeah. I think it's a period piece. That's going to have the full cast, showrunner, and executive producer there. That's going to be at 4 p.m. on Saturday. What We Do in the Shadows is having one. That's going to be the casts there. Along with Haley Joel Osment is going to be the moderator. Apparently was a standout guest star of season 1. So that's going to be at 5 p.m. on Saturday. And then there's going to be a conversation with horror's top showrunners. Saturday at 6 p.m. They're going to have the showrunners for Lock and Key, Creep Show, Nosferatu, Channel Zero and the upcoming Chucky series.
Oh my god!
Which I love. I love me some Chucky.
Yeah,
can't go wrong with Chucky. Except for all the times they've gone wrong with Chucky.
Yep.
Apparently, the 100 is also having a panel. That show's still on. That show, I guess, is going to have its final season. So
wait. What?
Yeah, the 100. Yeah, it's still on.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, we've got some good interviews for that on our YouTube channel.
Also from the first season. Yeah. So check that out. And oh boy, and this is our final one at Sunday at 2 p.m. A conversation with Nathan Fillion.
Aw, Nathan Fillion. Aw.
Expected to feature appearances by Joss Whedon, Alan Tudyk, Gina Torres, Micaiah Cox, Molly Quinn, Seamus Dever, and John Hartaz. So there you go. I think this is great. Good for Comic-Con for doing this, and I think everyone should take advantage, because for a lot of us, this might be the only Comic-Con that we get to do.
Yeah. The other thing is that through the website, you can also visit, I think the Artist's Alley and the booths and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, if you're able to support some of that stuff, especially if you're able to support some of the independent artists that you usually have these events to sell their work at and don't right now, it's a great thing to do, and there is some incredible art that you'll find there. So
it really is.
Yeah, take part in Comic-Con at home if you can, and check out some of these panels. There's plenty of other panels that we didn't mention. These are just the ones that Dave was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are so many more panels. Yeah. There's a lot of really progressive ones too that are talking about a lot of topics of right now. Mm-hmm. But we don't tend to get too into that stuff in this show, but you should definitely go and check out all the panels. Check out information on all the panels, because there's a lot of really good stuff. We got a few minutes left. I mean, this show can be as long as we want now, but we got a few minutes left. So, do you want to talk about any Comic-Con memories? You want to get a little nostalgic for Comic-Con, or is that just going to hurt too much?
One of the things for Comic-Con for me is just the friends that we've made there.
Yeah.
It's people that we only really get to see once a year. Obviously we still communicate throughout the year, but we really only get the chance to see them at Comic-Con, and we've made so many good friends, and I've spent so many birthdays at Comic-Con.
Yeah, it almost always is on your birthday. It wouldn't have been this year.
No, not this year.
But almost every single time. Yeah. I have to say, I'm going to be... One of the things I'm going to miss is the Dragon Ball World Tour.
Yeah.
They started doing that, I think, 2 years ago, and it's always, behind the convention center. You don't need a pass to go in, and it's always just, a cool thing. It's not that
we broke a world record last year.
Yeah,
I was a part of that. We did the largest Kamehameha.
That was amazing.
It was so good.
I just always think that's really cool. They sometimes they'll have big backdrops and photo ops to make it look like you're eating a bunch of food at a banquet like Goku, or you're at the World Martial Arts Tournament. They always have a lot of figures. They have places where they show off some of the new Dragon Ball Z video games, some of the card games. So I'm going to miss not seeing that. I always enjoy that. I also always enjoy the giant Adult Swim usually does a big adult carnival, which is really fun. So I'm going to miss that. Obviously, luckily we'll be able to do the virtual panels, the cosplay, and just the hall. I mean, the hall is really cool.
Yeah.
And also
all those moments of you going to the Sideshow Collectibles booth and being like, Anna, buy me that. Anna, buy me that.
I'm gonna not being able to see all the Sideshow Collectibles, especially the big ones in person.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be tough. I gotta be honest, over the years, Comic-Con has expanded so far beyond the convention hall.
Yeah.
There's been so many, was it last year that we did that amazing, why is it for the Claymation Studio?
Oh, yeah, Leica.
That amazing Leica tour we did was really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or oh my god, when we did the Assassin's Creed thing.
Yes! The Assassin's Creed thing was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed...
there was the Leap of Faith.
I still can't believe I did that. I am afraid of heights, and that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy, but it was fun.
It was so good. I
remember jamming up my thumb, too, and I'm like, oh my god, good thing I did not have to work this week.
Yeah.
But that was amazing.
It was so good.
I think, obviously one of our top memories was the parties. The parties are always amazing, you know.
Meeting Henry Cavill, Superman, while on a pirate ship at a party for Assassin's Creed.
On your birthday?
On my birthday.
I mean, that was, like, insane.
Yeah.
That was so great.
It was so crazy.
You know, that was definitely probably the biggest highlight. They shot the cannons.
Oh, my God.
That was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, IMDb vote every year is amazing.
Oh, my God.
So, I know, I'm making you sad right now, but... you know, Comic-Con is amazing, and it's really one of the great things I think that pop culture has every year. You know, it's the mecca of pop culture, and you know, it's unfortunate that we're in a situation where we can't be there, but it's still cool that they're doing it virtually.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's just like it's a nice way to keep the fandom alive, and you know, I hope that like. Tons of people actually do get all dressed up in their costumes and like hashtag Comic-Con at home or something.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
totally.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
that's good thinking. Because it's you know, we all deserve a little happiness right now.
Yeah,
that's for sure. All right, cool. Well, I think that's pretty good. So, guys, you should go to the Comic-Con website. You should go to the Comic-Con YouTube channel, and you should check out some of these virtual panels.
And if you want to see some of our memories from past Comic-Cons, you can go to our YouTube channel. Just look for Geek World Radio on YouTube, and you'll find us.
Also, if you want to go to our website, geekworldradio.com, just go in the photo section, and we have photo albums from many of the Comic-Cons, but the easiest ones to find at the moment are Comic-Con 2019 and 2018. But we have many years of Comic-Con photos, and you can find them all on the website.
Indeed.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.